Okay, it is the day. I'm gonna go grab the ported 372 as a comparison against these old beasts. I thought the p-74 had an air leak, but I just had the high jet too lean. So here, I'll fire her up for you. Still got to figure out a off switch for that girl, but I ain't too worried about it. And we got this Pioneer running pretty damn good. I put a different pipe on it. It looks a little better of this one. So, I need to find bar and chain that is sharp. It's a possibility. Let's go check on the other space. Now, I really hope today is the day where I cut with the p-74 and I actually put it away where there's nothing wrong with it. I can just grab it again and use it. Because if that's the case, this will be the p-74 finale. All right, so I chose a 24-inch bar and chain. It's 3/8. It's not super sharp, so I'm gonna give it a quick touch up and then time trials. Now, this chain obviously is just about there, but it is sharp-ish and it will do for this test. Oh, I can't wait to get that one running. All right, so how we're gonna do this, we got our small-ish piece of wood. This is gonna be for the RPM test, see how fast it goes through little stuff. And then I got a bigger chunk over there we're gonna use for the torque test. So we're gonna start out with the 372, 24-inch bar, 3/8 chain. Now I have not started this saw in a little over a week, so cold start. I don't know what it is, but all my 372 builds that I've done, they do not start the best. Okay, now we got our torque test piece of wood. I think, yeah, I'm only gonna do one cut because I want to save it for the rest of the saws, but considerably bigger, same species of wood. Now, I'm not sure if I mentioned this or not, but this 372 is ported. It's not machined or anything. I raised the exhaust roof, lowered the intake. I believe the exhaust roof is at 96. The intake is at 70. I might be off, but you know, for having a $15 eBay top end on it, I'm surprised it's lasted this long. I've been running it for over a year now. Very leaned out, and I haven't had any problems yet, so whoop. All right, it is the P-51's turn. Obviously, I don't think it's going to win on the RPM test, but I haven't even cut with this saw yet, so I'm kind of excited. First thing I'm gonna do is make sure it's tuned right. Now, it is two-stepping a lot, or four-stroking as people would call it, but I don't want to lean it out too much more. This is a big wood saw. It's not made to, it's made to be dogged in, basically. So I don't want to lean it out just so it sings on this small stuff. That's a badass saw. All right, I think it's the P-74 time. I'm knocking on all the wood, praying to the gods. I want that thing to cut. Now, it's time to see. Holy crap, boys. This is it. Ooh. I'm knocking on all the wood. I really hope this thing rips. Or I hope it just runs good. Okay, I still think there's an air leak because I was turning the high jet out and it didn't really change much. Now, it wasn't revving out, but it definitely has somewhat of an air leak. But the biggest part to me, that is the biggest success, is that flywheel didn't move. I did not lose timing, which is awesome. So I'm still calling that a win. Now, I don't think it outcut the 372 or the P50, but I think that air leak really did something to it. Now, if it was screaming, I wouldn't have cut, but it did somewhat have a limiter, so that's why I kept cutting. I'm not exactly sure what the problem is. I think I'm going to swap carbs. I'm going to put this carburetor on just to see if that fixes it. This is the carb off of the P51. I have a carb kit for it. I just wanted to put the 272 carb on the, just over there, but on the P51 that has the 272 carb. So I'm gonna put this stock carb on the P74 just to see if it is the carb that's leaning it out. Okay, I put the different carb on. I'm gonna see how it runs right now. Maybe it won't have an air leak. Maybe it will. I don't know. I'll find out. Alright, let's see what happens here. The jets are really hard to tune, so I'm hoping it's tuned right. We'll find out. Not impossible. Alright, see what happens. Oh damn, I just noticed this has an 8-tooth sprocket on it. So let's swap to a 7 like everything else and then do those cuts again. Alright, we stole a 7-tooth sprocket. Now let's put a bar and chain on and see how it does with a different carb. Alright, try 2 with the P-74. Different carburetor. The air leak has seemed to have gone away when I switched carbs, so let's see what happens. Oh, and I switched it to a 7-tooth. I didn't realize it was an 8. All the other saws had a 7-tooth sprocket, so I guess this will be the real test, if it runs right. All right, well, switching carbs definitely got rid of the leaning out. I think that Chinese extort carb was just no good. So yeah, the only thing I'd really like to do to it now is maybe advance the timing a little bit more. It just seems a little lazy, but the chain's obviously getting a little dull. This is really hard wood. This is elm, and it was sitting dead for a couple years, so it's just really hard. Chains do not last long on this wood, trust me. But yeah, I don't think it's faster than any of the other saws, partly because the timing's a little lazy, and it was the last one on the chain, so the chain was the dullest for the P-74. This thing loves to be dogged in. Sometime in the future, I'm probably gonna rebuild the engine for more higher RPM, raise that exhaust roof, if you know what I mean. But the timing seems to be staying exactly where it is, which is awesome. Before I'd cut, yet halfway through a piece, the coil would move, and not the coil, the flywheel would move, and then all the timing would be gone. I'd lose all power, and that'd be that. So yeah, P-74. What a saw. Now I'm gonna go over the final conclusion for this saw. Is it worth it to build this? Probably not. I mean, coolness factor, yes, but there is so much work that needs to go into this. Like, I'll just go over everything I did to it. Starting with the engine, obviously it's a 372. You have to cut all of these fins down. You have to shave off the transfer on the other side so the flywheel will fit. You have to get rid of the fins on that side where the decompression valve is, because that hits. you have to build a spacer about 1/4 inch. That's a little smaller, but I just used thicker base gaskets on each side to get the squish I needed. Obviously, you need to cut a hole in the frame of the saw and the handle, I guess I'm gonna call that. So you have to build that. And obviously, you saw the coil mount I had to build. Because in order for this saw to run, the coil needs to be up here with a key in the flywheel. Now you could try different methods, so you can have the coil in a normal spot, which is here, but that was the easiest thing for me to do. Obviously I had to nick that out for the mount, but yeah, I don't know. All right, now I'm sure some people are thinking like all of that work in the saw, you know, it's not that fast. It's kind of slow, and I don't know, some people could call it a turd right now, but that's partly my fault. You know, like, I'm sure the exhaust timing and all that stuff isn't good, like the upper transfers. So I'm sure, like, if a person like Charles Briscoe, like, that guy builds some insane saws, but say he ported the top end, like, the base of the saw is proven to work. The 372 piston doesn't get scored from the extra wobble because it has like a 1/4 inch less piston support than it used to, but that doesn't score over time. Now that I built a coil mount, there's no chance for the flywheel to move. Like, the only thing that saw is missing now is proper port work to make it run really good, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I do rebuild it with a OEM cylinder, which I have 3 of them, so a couple attempts, but I plan on using that cylinder and getting a either a domed piston or a pop-up kit, but a new piston for it, new rings, a actual built cylinder. I mean, obviously I can't deck the cylinder or work in the squish band, but like, I want to try and do the upper transfers. I haven't really done that before. I don't know. It's going to be some experimental work. I'm going to try it on a couple junk cylinders first just to get the hang of it, but I want to do it proper for this saw. But just the fact that the whole concept, like, is a reality, like, it will actually work. You just have to put the time into it. And if you have the time and the know-how to make it run hot, like, this thing's going to be an animal. But yeah, that's just kind of my 2 cents on it. Like, yes, it runs, but it's not that fast. It's slow but reliable, which is a hell of a lot better than you get 1-2 cuts out of it and then you lose all timing or something breaks. I'm glad I got all the little kinks figured out. Now I just have to improve my work to make the saw run better.